What's up YouTube, Zandar here. Today we're continuing our intro pack unboxings with Fate Reforged. This is the Cunning Plan intro pack, which is blue and red, so islands and mountains. Let's get started so you can see what we get and what's in the deck. As always, your intro packs contain 60 cards with a premium rare card on the front. We have Sage Eye Avengers for this set. You get 2 packs of your most common set. That this is from. So Fate Reforged is what we have for this. You have an instructional booklet that talks about how to play your deck and all the other decks that you be countering, and your rules reference card in case you're new to Magic. Let's go ahead and crack this open and take a look at the Cunning Plan intro deck. Sage Eye Avengers is a 6 mana cost 4/5 with prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, the creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. The Sage Eye Avenger attacks, you may return target creature to its owner's hand, and if its power is less than Sage Eye Avenger. So basically, if its power is less, this card is going to be really handy. Dragon Style Twins is the other rare, pretty good rare from the box. It's 5 mana cost, 3/3, double strike, and it has prowess as well. Monastery Swift Spear is an uncommon, 1 mana cost, 1/2 with haste and prowess. Jeskai Elder is a 2 mana cost, 1/2, has prowess, and whenever the Elder deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. The Jeskai Sage is a 2 mana cost, 1/1, has prowess, and whenever he dies, you can draw a card. Welkin Turn, 2 mana cost, 2/1. It has flying. It can block only creatures with flying. The Jeskai Wind Scout is a 3 mana cost, 2/1, flying and prowess. Bloodfire Expert, 3 mana cost, 3/1, and it has prowess as well. So a lot of pretty plain Jane creatures with prowess. Lotus Path Djinn is a 4 mana cost, 2/3. It has flying. It has prowess. Once again, this is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So we're going to see a lot of spells in the back of this deck, I believe. Misfire Adepts, a 4 mana 3/3, has prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Kind of helpful to get one of your creatures flying so it can kind of be unblockable. Aven Surveyor is a 5 mana 2/2. It has flying. When the Surveyor enters the battlefield, you can choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Aven Surveyor, or return target creature to its owner hand. I would definitely be returning the creature. Riverwheel Aerialist is a 6 mana 4/5, uncommon from the set. It has flying, it has prowess. So it's a flying 4/5, and most likely it's going to be a 5/6 once you cast your spell that turn. We have a Swiftwater Cliffs. This enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, and you can tap it to add an island or a mountain to your mana pool. You're going to have a couple of these in your deck, and then you're going to have your islands and your mountains that you're going to need to make the deck successful. And it's going to be followed up by all of our spells, which keep in mind, this is going to be a pretty spell-heavy back end of the deck. Our first is a sorcery, 1 mana cost, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and it's the Void Snare. And that's from the 15 set, so nothing really new at all there. Refocus is a 2 mana, untap target creature and draw a card. Lightning Strike is from 15 as well. It's 2 mana, deals 3 damage to target creature or player. So a lot of burst damage there. Crippling Chill is a 3 mana, tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its next controller's untap step, and draw a card as well. So eliminate a creature for about 2 rounds and draw a card for just 3 mana. Pretty handy card. Quiet Contemplation is a 3 mana cost. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1 uncolored. If you do, tap target creature an opponent controls, and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Kind of the same thing we saw earlier with freezing someone. Whisk Away is a 3 mana cost. Put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. Arc Lightning is a 3 mana cost, 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and or players. Pretty good spell, lets you get a lot of damage out to different creatures and players. Bathe in Dragonfire is a 3 mana cost, 4 damage to a target creature. Solid sorcery. A lot of burst damage, as you're noticing here in this deck. Goblin Slide is a 3-mana uncommon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Boardling Outburst is a 3-mana cost. Put 3 1/1 goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. Winter Flame, 3-mana cost, 1 uncolored, and 1 island, 1 mountain. Choose one or both. Tap a target creature, and Winter Flame deals 2 damage to target creature. Decent ability. And we have a Weave Fate, 4-mana cost for you to draw 2 cards. This used to be really solid, but with Dragons coming out, we have a lot better options, I believe, than this instant ability. And our final card of the deck is Cunning Strike, 5-mana cost. Cunning Strike deals 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player, and you can draw a card. Decent ability. Get draw card. Got draw potential, but you're spending 5 mana to do so, so it's a little high. Once again, I always like to go back over the premium card for the set, just so you can recall it, and that's the Sage Eye Avengers. Not the best looking premium, but it will get the job done. Now, with Fate Reforged, some of the money cards you're looking for is an Ugin, a Monastery Mentor, a Whisperwood Elemental, a Soulfire Grandmaster, also possibly a Shaman of the Great Hunt, Tasker the Golden Fang, a Brutal Horde Chief, Warden of the First Chi. This set has a lot of great cards. Also, you can pull a fetch land from one of the last slots. So let's see if we can have some luck with this today. We always skip over all the commons, because nobody really cares about those anymore. Our first uncommon is a Frostwalker, 2 mana for a 4/1. When Frostwalker becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Mardu Shadowspear, 1 mana cost, 1/1. When the Mardu Shadowspear attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. You can also dash this card out for 2 mana, being 1 colorless and 1 swamp. If you do, it gains haste, and it's returned to the battlefield to the owner's hand at the beginning of the next step. So it comes out with haste, you can use it, and it goes back to your hand. Dark Deal's a 3 mana cost. Each player discards all the cards in his or her hand, then draws that many cards -1. It's kind of a great restart to the game, I guess. I don't really see it getting used too much. Now, that's it for our uncommons. Let's see what we pull for our rare or mythic. A Wild Call, basically 3 mana or more. Manifest the top card of your library and put X +1/+1 counters on it. To manifest a card, put it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. Turn it face up at any time for its mana cost if it is a creature card. I don't see too much about Wild Call. It's not really in the top of the cards. I don't think it's something I would use. And we did get a premium common, Will of Naga. Pretty good looking card. 6 mana cost. It has Delve. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting the spell can pay for 1 of the mana. So it could potentially be a 2 mana of just 2 island card. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap step. A Tranquil Quoves is a normal common land, so nothing special there, and some tokens. Remember, guys, if you like seeing these videos of the intro packs, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit like. It allows us to bring new intro packs and do some of the other videos we're planning on doing, like all of our pre-release and draft deck building, and also some new booster box openings. So make sure you do that. It definitely helps me out. Our first uncommon is Abzan Beastmaster. 3 mana cost, 2/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. If you control the creature with the greatest toughness, or tied for the greatest toughness. So every upkeep you get to draw a card if you have some of the strongest stuff on the board. Bloodfire Enforcers is a 4 mana, 5/2. It has First Strike and Trample as long as an instant card and a sorcery card are in your graveyard. Pretty solid for a black deck. You're almost always going to have some of that in the graveyard. Grave Strength's a 2 mana. Choose target creature. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each creature card in your graveyard. Don't really see too much about it. And then our rare or mythic is a Mob Rule. This is a 6 mana sorcery, and you can choose one of the following. Gain control of all creatures with power 4 or greater until end of turn. Untap those creatures, and they gain haste until the end of the turn. Or gain control of all creatures with power 3 or less until end of turn. Untap those creatures, and they gain haste until end of turn. So basically, kind of lets you control your opponent's board, possibly, and do more there. So Not a solid card. We did not get a fetch land, so not a great pack opening, but that's the way it goes. Thanks for watching, guys.